from when I sowed my seedlings in the last video, and here's how they're looking. So the seed raising mix that we made did really well. I'm happy with how it turned out. They did take a little bit longer to come up than usual, and so for a while there I thought it hadn't worked, but we had quite a few cold days recently. We even had a frost last week, which is quite unusual for this time of year, so I think that's probably just why they took a little bit longer. So I now need to prick some of these out into bigger pots so that they can keep growing. So all of my tomatoes, I like to pot them out into bigger pots and get them a bit bigger before I plant them into the garden. So I'll prick those out. But the squashes varieties like my watermelon, rock melon, pumpkin, and this is just a squash mix, I won't prick them out into bigger pots because you are supposed to plant them out once they get their first set of true leaves, which is this one here. So you can see those ones are like the little seedling leaves, and then this is their first set of true leaves. I've heard that you get a lot less fruit from them if you wait longer than that to plant them out. I don't know if that's true, but that does mean that with these pumpkins I'm getting a little bit behind, I think. Oh no, that's just, I thought that was the second set of true leaves, but I think that's just part of that set. But either way, I do need to get these ones in the ground. So all of the squashes I won't worry about today. All of my tomatoes I will prick out into bigger pots. This is what I use for the next stage when I like to prick them out but still keep them in the greenhouse. So I have these pots that I put them in. You can just see that they're really long, skinny pots, and so that gives the roots a chance to grow nice and long. And I reuse these every year, so even though it's a shame that they're plastic, I've had them for about 5 or 6 years and I just keep reusing them. So I've got a couple of pots there filled with soil ready to go, and then I'll show you how I prick them out. So the good thing about tomatoes is they transplant really well, so you don't have to be as careful with these ones as you do with other plants, and that's because any part of the stem that comes into contact with soil will then grow roots, so they're very resilient. So just usually take my little paddle pop stick, or I've seen people use a butter knife, and just pick out around the first little one that I'm wanting to pot up by itself. And then I just kind of make a little bit of an indent in there so that it can fit in, and push it in. And then I top up the soil around it nice and high because, like I said, they'll grow roots from wherever it's touching the soil, so you can tuck them in nice and deep. And there we have it. That's the first one potted up and ready to go. So now I will just go through and do all of those. On this cold and rainy day, I decided to make one of my current favourite Dutch oven meals. I started by frying some chicken pieces in coconut oil, and I used a whole chicken that had been deboned, so there's a mix of cuts in there, and I just fry it until the skin is brown and then start adding in all the other ingredients. So I added coconut milk until the chicken was covered, and then 2 knobs of butter, salt, pepper and onion powder. I usually add fresh garlic instead of the onion powder, but I just wasn't really feeling like garlic on this day, so I went the easy route. Then I just added a few sprigs of thyme from my garden, put the lid on and stuck it in the oven for an hour. I was watching the cows get moved to their next paddock out of my window. My toddler was out there with his grandparents doing the move with them, which he absolutely loves. Then about 40 minutes into the cook time, I diced up some carrots and added those in. And then it just goes back into the oven for the rest of the cook until the carrots are soft. Because it's quite a rich dish, I like to add a squeeze of lemon juice on top when serving. It's incredibly simple, but it just tastes so hearty and good. And in the past I have served this with rice, but I was really craving a cozy rich meal, so instead I served it with some pasta and cheese.